We got to talk about this. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for your support, for everybody on Morgan State's campus and the surrounding community. And I just thank God that nobody was fatally injured, Lord. And God, I just pray for special covering over that campus, and so that hopefully we won't have to deal with these things anymore in the future. Amen.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
I need a medic?
Nah.
Everybody lift the shirts up. Turn around.
So those were photos and videos surrounding the incident that happened around 9 and 9:30 p.m. yesterday. This was after coronation, which is also during homecoming week, where we crown the different Mr. and Mrs. around campus, especially the Mr. and Mrs. for the whole university. And this is a special occasion, a family occasion. And for that to be turned into such a traumatic event is really just a sad sight to see. The fact that people were running away from bullets, which from what I hear is a very stupid dispute as to why the shooting happened in the first place, is really just crazy. People being trampled over and running for their lives, knocking on the glass, telling people like, yo, we need to get in and all that stuff. And thank you to everybody, all the different students and everything that helped out these people who are in just a crazy situation. There are bullet holes in our academic buildings now, in the dining hall and in the Murphy Fine Arts building. To think that this is my home and this is homecoming week, and now I have to second guess about coming home, and that all these people have to deal with these traumatic experiences of people with assault rifles going door to door looking for an active shooter. This is just crazy. There are metal detectors at every single dorm, yet somehow somebody got a gun inside the building. I just don't understand a lot of these things. And now a lot of people are also trying to use this for their think pieces or push an agenda. We don't care about that right now. We just want your hearts and minds to go out to our community. We want y'all to pray. We want y'all to send resources, especially mental health resources. We want change. We want things to be different. We want to be able to go to our homecoming. This is 3 straight years now where a shooting has happened. This is the earliest it's ever happened. It's happened on the day of the last 2 years. This time, it happened 5 days before the big homecoming day. So what does that say about things moving forward? My heart really just goes out to everybody involved. These kids have to deal with the fact that their rooms were searched with people with assault rifles looking for the shooters, an active shooter, and they still haven't even found the guy. That's just insane. And this whole incident happened because of 3 main reasons: lack of conflict resolution, guns in general, and just lack of human empathy, of human nature. I just pray that everybody is doing well mentally. And if you're not, please seek help. Morgan, please give them as many resources as they need, because this is a real situation. I just pray that things get better over time. I really do. But until then, we all just have to do what we can. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. So in light of the incident that happened on Tuesday, Morgan has decided to cancel/postpone all homecoming activities for the rest of the week, including the homecoming game and the big tailgate/party on Saturday. Now, although it is a very sad sight to see overall, and a lot of us are kind of pissed in general, we're not pissed at the university. We're more pissed at the fact that it had to happen in the first place. And overall, we all know it was the right call to make, because there's a shooter technically on the loose. Whether they find them or not, I don't know. But, it was the right call to make. And people in general are traumatized. Some people are going home. We literally have a boarded up window with a bullet hole in it. Like, it just doesn't feel right. And, at the end of the day, safety comes first. And I know there's people who are going to still have some fun and do things for the most part. But just be careful. Be cognizant of what's happening around. If you're going to go to Bowie Homecoming, remember, it's not your homecoming, but at the same time, just respect their space and do what you need to do to let loose and all that type of stuff. At the end of the day, I want everybody to have fun, spend time with the people you love, and just find your peace, okay? Because at the end of the day, Morgan State University, the national treasure, the illustrious Morgan State, will bounce back. And I'm proud to be a Morganite. Go Bears. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. So a shirtless man came into the Capitol building in Madison, Wisconsin, and demanded to see Governor Tony Evers. Thankfully, he wasn't there, and he's also with his dog, which is really weird as well. And he said he was carrying a gun to protect himself from people that the police can't protect him from. Right, weird. So he got arrested, and then he went to jail, of course, right? Then he posted bail, then proceeded at 9 p.m. later that day, after the Capitol building was already closed, with a fully loaded assault rifle. He was then put in the hospital and everything, but that's not even the craziest part about it. The craziest part about it is that he talked on his podcast prior about trying to burn the system down with love. And also he talked about how the courts treated him wrong, and he illegally sold weapons and explosives, allegedly dealt with PTSD and attempted suicide. He just has a lot going on. Thankfully, again, Governor Tony Evers wasn't there, but also in the Capitol building, they have no metal detectors. And it's also legal to carry a concealed weapon in the Capitol building. Now, the guy, he didn't have a permit to even carry a concealed weapon, and he held the firearm open. So it's just a weird situation overall. But there's been a lot of crazy situations like this within the last few years. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is a very weird situation. Yeah, it's just a very weird situation. All right, y'all. The national games down in the comments below. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. A few days ago, Jonathan Taylor signed a 3-year, $42 million contract, $26.5 million guarantee, which is big for running backs because he's the first person since Nick Chubb in 2021 to get a long-term $10+ million contract. This is really, really, really big for the running back position in the NFL. Because if you remember, back at the start of this past offseason, there were 4 different running backs that were all trying to get better contracts moving forward. You had Austin Eckler, who only ended up getting $6.25 million after trying to seek a trade and just for his last year of his deal anyway. Then you got Josh Jacobs, who only got a 1-year, $12 million contract, right? Then you got Saquon Barkley, who only got a 1-year up to $11 million contract. Mind you, Daniel Jones ended up getting a 4-year, $160 million contract extension. And clearly Saquon Barkley is more important in the team than Daniel Jones, especially if you've been watching the Giants as of late. So is this the thing that's going to break the mold for running backs? Now, granted, they have more wear and tear. They get hurt more often. They have a shorter shelf life than most of the other positions that get paid big. But when you are as good as Saquon Barkley, maybe you deserve this type of money, you know? Do you think this is going to change the game moving forward? Yes? No? Maybe so? I don't know. But let me know down in the comments below. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. So the NBA is back. Well, preseason. But in general, the NBA is back. And for a junkie like me, I just love NBA basketball. But for the everyday fan, I mean, does it really matter to you? Does it really even matter to the NBA players on these NBA teams? Well, in my opinion, I think it kind of depends on what type of team you have. If you're running the same roster back, I mean, I don't think it really matters as much. But if you're a younger team or you just got a whole bunch of new key additions, I think this season is going to be the season you're going to want to pay attention to preseason just a little bit more. For instance, the Phoenix Suns ran just about their whole starting five, and they looked dang good while doing it, cooking the Pistons. But then you got the Bucks, who got key additions, and then they didn't even play Giannis and Dame in the first game. But best believe they're going to get it, because this is the closest thing the NBA teams will get to an actual fully paced NBA game. Then you got the Lakers, who rested LeBron. Rightfully so, though, because he's the oldest player in the league. But they got all the other guys reps, besides Austin Reeves. He didn't play in that game for some reason. And then you got the Warriors, who just got CP3, who plays at a totally different pace than the normal Warriors team. So they have to get those reps in, and they started them in their game as well. This is going to be a really, really, really interesting NBA season. So maybe getting ahead in the preseason could be a good thing for teams moving forward before the season actually starts. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Does the preseason matter? Does it not? I don't know. Are you going to watch it? But let me know down below. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's this new app called Laps, and it's described as an invite-only disposable camera. Invite-only because you have to invite 5 people in order to open up the app at all. Now, they don't have to accept the invite, but you at least have to invite the 5 people. And also, it's a disposable camera because, you know, like those vintage, like 90s cameras and stuff? That's the type of aesthetic that your photos have. So you see how the app works is that basically you take a photo of yourself or something of that nature, and then for an hour or so, it's developing. As it's developing, it's basically just turning it into like a 90s vintage type thing. So you can't really post it right away. But once the product comes out, you know, you share it to your friends in like your own little circle and everything. And throughout the years, I've kind of seen this rise in those type of more intimate type of apps, and these 2 brothers who created the app back in 2021 wanted to recreate that experience for everyone else. The app got over $11 million in funding, and it's gaining more traction after the new version of the app came out in 2023 of July. Do you guys like the apps like Be Real or Lock It more than the Twitters, the TikToks, the Instagrams, and things of that nature? Let me know what you guys think, because the purpose is to make people feel less anxious and more free to post and things of that nature and be in the moment. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments.